Let's go. Boom, baby. Boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the mostest, Marquis Saint. This is Saint's Addiction, billionaires smoking. And yesterday it was three billionaires. It was me, Mark Echo, Mark Saint, and a dream that I would hand him a Saints brand shirt after all these years of him signing a book for me and giving it directly to me. I showed up, I knew I would see him, and I was right there face to face with him today. And it was a blessing to have Mark Echo own a Saints brand shirt. I should have got the photo. I got it all on video, you know what I'm saying? And maybe him holding it up would have been even better. But the fact that I put it out there, manifested it, and it came into reality is what all that matters here in the now. And that's what I want you to hear me now, feel me now. Saints Addiction, is it in you? So let's go. Yeah. Let's go. I'm gonna try to roll this blunt. I'm still tender. Like I can't even sit down fast. Like my stomach still hurts. I still feel so sore in my abdomen. I gotta take it slow. I've already been to the bathroom, I don't know, God knows how many fucking times, trying to shit out this experience, and it's been fucking me up. So, I asked, is it in you? Because there's going to be times that twist your stomach. Shout out to Royal Blunts. These are 2-in-1. I'm going to be rolling a blunt this morning to cure my pains. Is it in you? Because Lord knows I was weak inside. Lord knows I was believing in some drama from my ex. She's bitching about some photo I took of her months ago. Can't even see her face, but she want to bitch about it. Doesn't want to bitch about killing our child, but definitely wants to kill her image. And just always shocking to me the amount of narcissism and effort for people that disbelieve. And there are going to be haters, and there are going to be detractors, and there are going to be people that just don't see it the way that you see it. And that's fine. But if you can reach inside, if you can grab down in here and say, look, man, I want it that bad. Even if I'm weak inside, even if I've been sick the whole time, or, not feeling well, I was throwing up, I was diarrheaing, it was all bad. And I still wanted to show up. I was like, I could die on this couch, but for sure action is happening down there. Now, did I know he would show up? No. Did I already miss him? Yes. They told me come tomorrow, which is today. You catch him early in the morning. That's when you'll catch him. I was like, shit, I'll be there. I'll get up early just to make my dreams happen. Now, most people don't have it in them. They'll say they want one thing, sitting on the couch. Oh, I would love to, what the girl say? I would love to dance on Soul Train. And the guy said, what'd you say? He was on the couch, right? What'd you say? He said, I would love to dance on Soul Train. He's like, hey, man, I got a girl right here that can dance. She wants to dance for Soul Train. He said, send her on down. And she ended up becoming one of the longtime 7 members of Soul Train. But if it wouldn't have happened by calling her shot, by sitting there just being on the couch, looking at the fucking TV, going like, I could do that too. If only I had a shot, I would go. And she did. She showed up and became one of the long-term program dancers for, she tells the stories, they all tell this story of old Soul Train dancers, from the decades that they went through. But, not for nothing, it's going to take you believing in you. I don't know what else to tell you. It's like a vision, a premonition, or something that comes inside me where I'm like, this is possible. I start having the conversation with myself and I go, Weed Club, more than possible. It's thriving and worldwide. Saints Addiction, more than possible. These are my designs, world travel. You put it out there and then it happens. And then you're sitting there talking to people at Ego Brands, telling him how to get to Brazil. So it wasn't just talking about business, bro. It was talking about traveling and entrepreneurship and international business and friendships and what it takes to actually become something in this world. And that's why I keep asking people, do you have it in you? Do you have that check inside your stomach where your chips are down, your stomach's twisted, and you look weak in the knees, but are you still going to show up? Are you going to go back and grab, even though 5 times after 5 years, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, of him handing me that book, that I would bring that shirt every time, and then I would get his address, and then I would get his phone number, and then I read his book, and then he would say, don't do that, that's creepy. So I was like, okay, I won't send you no shit to your house. That would be kind of creepy. But let me show up after coming from around the world going, I'm going to meet Marc Ecko twice. This is the second time I met Marc Ecko and Mike Tyson. And it all because I put my mind to it. I'm going to call my shot again, too. I'll say, I'm going to meet Kanye West. I just know it, you know? And it's nothing that I need to meet these guys or they need to meet me or our energy needs to intertwine. No, nothing like that. I just know who I'm going to meet and what my energy is going to get next to. And that's why you got to really hunker down in this world and ask yourself, what you going to spend that time on, bro? What you going to spend your time on? Because if you keep torturing yourself with what's going wrong and focusing on the negativity and the drama llamas, if I spend all day being sick in the bed, on the couch, wheeling and dealing, all upset, damn, that smells so good, all upset, you know, and for sure, the only thing that's going to change is the stuff I watch on my phone. I don't even watch TV, so that's all going to be there in front of me. And the channel don't change. It's the same location, it's the same spot, but I've started here doing my morning marijuana motivation on this balcony, doing worldwide. Whew, I'm still kind of hurting in my stomach, you know, doing that worldwide broadcast to get on Good Morning America smoking weed. I never knew it was going to go be like that. But there I was, smoking my weed on this exact balcony, calling my shot like I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go worldwide. And people are like, with what money, right? How many people else are looking outside their balcony going like, I wish I could survive, just looking out into the wild blue and just being like, I wonder what would happen to me. I wonder what would happen to you. And for sure, you're not going to find out unless you take a shot. But most of us are afraid to take these shots, man. We're afraid to get up. We're afraid to be in pain again. We're afraid to love again. You know, we're afraid what other people will think. You know, we're stopping ourselves with all our excuses instead of just showing up. I said, let me take my morning off slow, talk to the girlfriend, rolled the dro, took it easy, didn't rush myself. I knew where I was gonna go. I knew what I was gonna do. And I just did the damn thing. I didn't fucking force it. I took it out slow. I heard he was already gone, so I was like, sure, I'll just come tomorrow morning. And then the guy chased me down and he's like, he's here. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And I didn't get all hyphy. I'm not starstruck. I already met the guy once. I'm just a man that said, I will get you a shirt. I'm a man of my word. And that's what I did. I said, I don't know if you remember. He's like, I remember this years ago. I was like, yeah, well, you were here and you gave me this book. And I promised you, I said, I got 800 of your shirts. You need one of my Saints Brand shirts. And I just laced out a fucking billionaire with one of my shirts, and he took it and he said, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. And I said, bet, bro. You're like one of my idols. I like met one of my fashion idols, business idols. You know, didn't even know it was one of my idols the whole time growing up as a kid, seeing Ecko this, Ecko that, and then to bounce into him, you know, it's not fake, y'all. It's by design. And you're gonna have to ask yourself, what kind of brain do you design for yourself? Because there's gonna be plenty of stuff that will like to distract you. I promise you. You know, fucking fighting her with the ex. She would have loved to taken that whole day and just made it all about one photo, a million miles away that she already approved, and make herself the drama queen, and then have her fag hags email me and get all the what do you call them? The flying monkeys all in a bunch, get them all riled up, try to get them to fly against me. But I was going to the yellow brick road, bro. I'm going to follow the yellow brick road. And that's a lot of mental stability. I think that's the tough part for most people is and you can admit it too, you get stuck on it. You know, it sucks, but it's true. We get stuck on some shit. We get stuck on some evil shit in our head, and we can't get it out. We'd love to just sit there and say, we're so strong. We so mentally strong. Well, you saw me yesterday sit here in a praying manner with my hands together going like, come on, brain, stop focusing on this dumb bitch and start focusing on some new shit. And that's how hard it is. If you can capture your mind and stop it worrying about some bullshit or running to the next excuse or fearing, then you're winning. And that's just it. You won life. You won't ever have to worry about another fucking thing again, because anytime you needed to go get money, you would just engage your brain and start working for it. You know, you would stop complaining and bitching, because that's what we all do, right? We like to complain and bitch, but we won't do anything about it. And that's where it comes down to: do you have it in you to do something about it? I mean, I know you're already in pain, you know, like some of my positions when I was wrestling, you know, I already was in pain. I was in a bad position, but I fought off my back. And same like that, I fought off my back. I was sick. I was shit my pants 20 fucking 30 different times. Billionaire smoking billionaire blunt. Here's the billionaire blunt right here. Billionaireblunt.com. Holler at your boy. And that wouldn't have been a thing if I also didn't expand my horizons and go beyond my fear level. So you can be sick, you can be tired, but you can be sick and tired of being sick and tired. Bless up to that. You could be like, enough to miss the bus. I'm done fucking around. I'm gonna do something about it. I'm done being sick. I'm done being tired. I need to get it. I need to be inspired. I need motivation. Motivation. I need Satan's addiction, and it's in me, bro. I didn't stop and go, oh well, let me put it in this box. I wanted the box to be all covered in Saints brand, so when he opened it, it was all labeled out, and take the vinyl and cut it and make it perfect for him, and maybe even put a nice note in it, and you know, don't show up if you're sick. There's so many excuses that would have stopped our interaction, but our energy was meant to meet again. Like, he's a fucking billionaire, bro. He literally sold Mark Echo brand for $500 million, $500 million, $500 million, to be a successful designer, to bring a brand to the mainstream of America worldwide is such a accomplishment. And I'm rubbing elbows with him instead of dipping my elbows in the drama llama situation with them. My ex would have loved to taken that opportunity away from me and kept me inside of her head and worried about her or what she thinks or her opinion or her viewpoints or all the fucking drama she can come up with, because she's a drama queen, right? All these people be doing these kind of things, and I was just like, you know what? Not me. I got no more time for you. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today, right? You know, you're gonna be looking at your wrist, and you ain't got no time today. You can be, I ain't got no time for that kind of bullshit. I ain't got no time for this. It's just one photo. It's not even showing your face, and you already approved it. But now you want to have someone else write me a fucking full letter and then send it to both emails. So that means you read my other email, and that means that you saw me beg and plead for my son's life, for a child's life, for you not to commit an abortion, and you weren't listening then. Now all of a sudden it's on some, oh hey, I got some respect for you. All of a sudden I want you to respect me and my privacy. And even though I approved the photo, and even though it's my ass hanging out but not my face hanging out, it's faceless porn. It ain't even porn, bro. It's just nudity and photography and good timing that you approved. But now you want to throw a fucking pissy fit and make it all about you. Well, I got news for you, dude. I'm moving forward. I will find out the truth about what happened to my child and my baby. I want all my babies, but I'm also going to go after it. You got that right. I'm going after it. I'm going after the truth of, did you play the dude before me, and did you play the dude after me? And then I can establish a pattern here. And I started to see an abusive pattern, that this is a violent person that would swing on me, and that this is a person that was always had drama every day, and this is a person that manifested their own issues and then try to covert narcissist out of it, like it wasn't their fault, like they're not accountable, or they're a victim. No more, man. I didn't want to fucking swing on you. Nobody swung on you ever. You know what I mean? You swung on me fucking 5, 6 different times, and now I got a scar to prove it. And by the sixth time, when you wanted to headbutt me, kick me in the crotch, and start fighting me, it was about the time you got put in a headlock real quick. And it was just a headlock. It wasn't held. It wasn't squeezed. You didn't have to tap out. None of that happened. But you were restrained, and I wouldn't have to restrain people that weren't violent towards me. You know what I mean? This is like, dude, if it's in you, then you know it's in you. There's women that hit first and ask questions later. Stop it, Tommy. Maybe they had brothers. You don't know, but there's no excuse for hitting each other. You know, we hit when we run out of words. This one almost kicked my fucking face off. A full fucking soccer kick would have fucking knocked me the fuck out. Yeah, I see your shit. I see all of the shit. I see your friend talking about, I never in a million years have an ex post a photo after we broke up. After we broke up, he used the photo that I took of him and he posted it. So I guess a million years became a millisecond because we are that way. We do have past photos of people that we used to date. Maybe they don't want it up anymore. Welcome to real life, right? And maybe you are sick and you have food poisoning, but what if you want a boat? It wouldn't take mercy on you. It still would have to happen. I've been seasick. I've been food poisoning. I've had it even this morning when I was about to start the morning motivation. It just started gurgling on my stomach again. I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to make it. Back to the toilet I go. And I've been praying to the porcelain gods, but one thing I've been praying more to, and I don't pray, I reflect, is just call it my shot. I said, I'm going to go around the world one more year. Boom. And it happened. You know, like you just call your shot. I'm gonna go meet Mark Echo. Let me go grab that shirt, throw it in my bag. Met Mike Tyson twice in the same spot. Shut up. I've been doing these things, and it's not me, my ego, my ego, my ego. It's my willpower. This challenge to myself. Oh, I bet you can't talk to that hot girl over there. I bet you can't travel the world. I bet you can't speak 10 different languages. I bet. If you start chin checking yourself like you chin check your friends, right? Like when you were a kid and you were in the back of the bus and everybody's like, I bet you can't hold your breath for 30 seconds. I bet you can't eat all these hot dogs. I bet you can't, right? You know, you've been challenged before. This is the challenge. Do you have it in you? Do you have it in you to keep you going? Do you have it in you? Do you have the ability to motivate you, will you, and inspire you to stop going in the patterns that you're already going? Most people aren't like that. If she was sophisticated, she would have just been like, it's just a photo, fuck this guy, I'm going no contact. Instead, she was like, drama llamas unite, flying monkeys, drama, yeah. Look at we to the east. I want to be a part of all the conversations. I want this to lead. I want it to bleed. And then you go, next chapter. Sorry, you're so far away, you're not even in the same hemisphere. And nobody actually cares. You know, again, no one can see you. Only you can see you. And only you can care about your image. And only you can try to control your image. But I got news for you. Hot flash, news flash, hot shot, right? Like you used to say in the movie Speed. Uh, Pop quiz, hot shot. Here's a pop quiz for you, hot shot. If it wasn't all about having OnlyFans and free OnlyFans pages and FetLife pages, I would say that you were a private person. If it wasn't for you doing photography and mostly nude stuff your whole life, I would say you might have a gripe. But since you already approved it, and you can't see your face, and there's only 3 people in the world that carry you and your fag hags, that's it. It stays there. Where the rest of us move on, go to conventions, fashion conventions that you could have been a part of, but you fuck around too much. You know what I mean? You play too much. And I told her that to her face, but it's true. These people be playing too much. They'll just get inside themselves and think the whole world's focused on them, or that their issues are a bigger problem than the world. And I told you guys, I threw my bag on the ground in China and it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter. Dude, everything I did, I was hopping up and down. I was mad. I was about to miss my next train. Nobody gave a shit. And why would they? Why would you jump over and go, can I help your drama? You know, for some dudes, they can't wait to simp and get pimped. And that shit just didn't work on me. I was like, cut that shit out, bro. Just a minute ago, you wanted to go on an hour-long hike through the fucking jungle at midnight on a Saturday night with drunk drivers and fucking no lights, no sidewalk either. But then as soon as I was like, yo, we got to go back this way, I'm tired. I want to go home. You wouldn't have been tired 10 minutes into that walk, homie. You would have had another hour to go and you could pull that I'm tired shit for someone else. I'm not like that. I'm more like David Goggins. I'm like, you got mad excuses in front of me right now. I'm not that kind of human being. You can't be that kind of human being in front of me. You can't be that fake. You can't say that you love me and you want to marry me and then have my baby and then kill my baby, pretend that that's okay and just walk away. I don't live that way. Is it in you? I want all my babies. All my babies. The first one I killed in high school, that was my bad. This first one before this trip, again my bad. And then at the end, again my bad. I take full responsibility, bro. It's not like I get a, oh, it's her fault or the situation's fault or it would have been easier if my life was like this. No, I gotta live with the shame and regret too. That's part of it. But that's also when you get honest with it, you get a little more comfortable with it and also sideways with it. Once you get a little more honest, you get a lot more honest and radically honest. It doesn't hurt as much. And that's where I think most of this pain lives inside of us, right? It lives inside of us that we aren't perfect and that we're mistake masters and that we're habitual creatures and that we do have sadistic tendencies. We do have dark sides. And people don't want to talk about the dark side. They want to love and fear Darth Vader, right? But there's a Darth Vader in everyone. I put you in the scenario and it's happening. You know what I mean? A mother tried taking her kids, bap, 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 boom, bap, bap. That woman shows up. You know, a different version of you shows up. Try to be tired, but try the whole HALT system. Are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? You need to stop because Lord knows someone probably pushed your buttons. Everybody's seen the video. How would you eat today, huh? What the fuck did you eat today? I ate nothing. Right? Everybody's been there. She just so happened to be recorded. Everybody wants to judge her and like, oh my god, she lost her temper. Bitch, get without fucking lactose. Get without sugars. Get without food for a little bit, carbohydrates. Watch your body break down. Watch your mental process break down. Watch yourself break down. Are you in control of yourself? Do you have it in you? Do you have it in you to motivate yourself, get the fuck up off the couch and go do something? Now, I have to say something because I don't know you and I don't know your scenario, so it has to be open source, but get going. Like, move, boy, move. If you can do that, it's a wrap. Because then you move past the pain, and then you move past the complaint, and then you move past the excuses, and then you're just doing it. And then usually you only need to touch it for like 5 minutes. It's like lifting weights. Then all of a sudden you're into it, right? You're dragging your feet. This is workouts, guys. Health is paramount, and we still drag our feet, go to the gym. We have to go to the gym instead of we get to go to the gym. Instead of Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 Laws of Power and the laws of attraction and seduction, and he's a fucking world famous writer. Had a stroke, can't go swimming no more. That was his outlet. Can you imagine someone taking one of your outlets away from you, like walking or working out or hiking or something that is free to you that gives you fun and pleasure gets taken away from you? You realize the cost of things. Like the thing didn't have a number. It doesn't have a monetary value, right? For me, it was timing, planning, and strategy. I had a whole series of things to post, including my own nudity. So it wasn't like I was just the only one hanging his ass out there. You know what I mean? I am promoting my brands. I put Saints brand in Mark Echo's hands. I said I would, and I did. It's a fucking trip. I want to go get his book right now. It's in the closet. Reread it again. To get these close to, I said 3 people that have sold 1 million shirts. And then my buddy said, who'd you know? I said, one was Mark Echo, who's probably sold 1 billion shirts. John Huntington, Hart and Huntington Tattoos. They sold over 1 million shirts. I think they cleared 3 million shirts out of the Hard Rock. And Cincy Seeds, and I probably estimate him at 10 shirts as well. Cincy Seeds, he said he started with one shirt in high school. Everybody wanted it, and it just exploded. One design. So maybe you need to meet Mark Echo twice. Maybe you get to meet Mike Tyson twice. Maybe you get to be a part of the growth of the weed industry and, make Weed Club worldwide and, get people to start communicating with each other and source and smoke safely and, maybe even dust off Weed for Vegas magazine and make a digital copy. Maybe digital copy, organize it, organize all these products, smoke and review, get that up and going too, so people can get the products that I've been going around the world selling. We're working on a Mike Tyson Futurola flight pack. Jump it out of the back of the airplane and airdrop it, bro. A pallet a mixed palette of all the Futurola ones. So there's the hybrid that has the tobacco leaf outside and a paper inside, so you can just stuff it and smoke it. I think that's genius. No one else has that. Everything else is just covered in Tyson, so it's gonna sell. But working with billionaire hemp wraps, calling these guys every day. Let's go. We got things cooking. $1,000 blunt. Can you imagine? Lavender and fucking the 30% THC premium flower and fucking hash in the middle and outside with gold leaf and rose petals. Bro, stop. Billionaire blunt. For a high occasion. I just made that up. Instead of a special occasion, for a high occasion, like your birthday, you're having a boy, you just graduated. $1,000 blunt, bro. Made to fucking order. Bam. Long one too. Canagar. So yeah, man. Just you gotta have it in you. I don't know what else to tell you. Do you have it in you? Is really what you have to ask yourself. It's going to be a gut check moment. Your guts are going to be wrenching. It's going to call on your principles. It's going to make you see if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to risk it for the biscuit, if you're willing to fucking get after it, even if you're in pain. Whew. All the same, you got to show up. And sometimes you got to show up and show out. Sometimes you show out too much, but showing up is half the battle. And that was always your boys at G.I. Joe. Yep. And I also like to be prepared. Let your boys at the Boy Scouts be prepared. Be prepared. And then do yourself a favor. Inspect what you expect. It won't happen if I don't show up. He lives in Connecticut. He lives on the East Coast, and I'm all the way in the West Coast, and everybody's flying and going, and then our triangulating, and then we got closer and closer, and I stayed closer, and I stayed longer, and we started to get into the same box and meet up. And there I was again, not just lucky, but somewhere he would be again with the shirt ready in the box that I made 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and started hauling it around. I can't even tell you how many fucking magic conventions he's not been at. And I ask and I ask and I ask, and I'm like trying to get him the shirt. Then they gave me his address, and he said, "Don't do that. That's creepy." I was like, "Okay, bet." I got assistance for that. Okay, cool. Read the book. Unlabeled. It's really cool how to launch a label. I need to go dust it off and get it again. Yeah. Wow. Mark Echo. Yeah, I didn't even think about it this morning, but yeah, that book's up on the shelf. I made sure I got it, and he signed it, Mark Saint, and I felt like he gave me the keys to the kingdom. Like he passed the torch to me, and I'm like, yeah, let me run it. You know what I mean? I got 5 brands. I got LBOG. I got Saints brand. I got Mostly Saints. I got Saints Addiction. I got some ideas, nevertheless. So by the time I digress, by the time I die, by the time I don't get to breathe anymore, right, I will have tried, I will have done, and I will have accomplished, and I will have reached and gained and grabbed because I put it out there. You know, you got to get closer to it. I think most people are just saying, I said it. Maybe you could be that lucky and just get the phone call, but she still had to show up. She still had to dance, and she's had to dance for a decade. So, do you have that kind of passion? Do you have that decade-long drive where you're going to be like, how long is it going to take? They used to say businesses to succeed were 5 years. I think it's 7. It could be 10. Hell, it's almost 15 for me. But one of these have to pop off. Sight in an hour is getting better by the day, y'all. Sight in an hour is going down. So I've been promoting everything, marketing. We're having fun doing it, and it takes teamwork to make the dream work. And don't let nobody sway you, bro. You got too much to cook, and if you're focused on what you're cooking, it won't get burnt. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fears, man. The other side of your excuses and the other side of the world. Because Lord knows I've been around it. And I think Kanye West is next. Call your shots. Rub elbows. Speaking into existence.